Go.
Hey, what's up, folks? We're trying something new, so hopefully this is somewhat interesting to you. We're always trying to make new content, make fun stuff going on. I've got these jokers with me, so we thought we'd roll with it. And hopefully you either have some laughs or this is useful to you. So our idea is this is our weekly news recap. So it'd be like if you're too busy at work or with your fam jam thing or school or whatever you're doing, and you've just come back to the land of the living on Friday night. You want to know what happened in the previous part of the week. So this is our segment called okay, so what I missed. So we got stuff coming up. We're just going to cover the news bites and things like that. And we're going to give you a little bit of reaction here. And that's it. And hopefully this helps you in your day. Hopefully it helps you converse small talk with your friends and family over Zoom or whatever you guys are communicating with now, with a brief delivery guy you see at the door for a second. And then we'll kick it to what's going on this weekend and kind of choose what we're gonna aim for. So okay, so what I missed, let's kick it to Pat first. What do we got rolling for this week?
Well, this week it was announced that Hilary Duff is going to be starring in a How I Met Your Mother spin-off on Hulu. Credits to John for making this wonderful picture of Lizzie McGuire.
What a great relevant picture. I can't believe she held up.
I know. She's holding something that's the same size as a How I Met Your Mother season.
Held that up for you.
Yeah, I know. How relevant is that?
It's called How I Met Your Father, right? Is that confirmed?
It's going to be How I Met Your Father or How I Met Your Dad or something like that. I'm a huge fan of How I Met Your Mother. They tried to do one spinoff, but it didn't work. But supposedly, this is a 10-episode series starring Lizzie McGuire / Hilary Duff as a girl named Sophie. We don't know who she is. We don't know the timeline, but in stuff that you missed, if you're a How I Met Your Mother fan, like what is it? Like 5 or 7, 10 years since the series ended. We're going back to the world of How I Met Your Mother. And the original showrunners are actually on board for this show.
Okay, so the original, so storyline wise, it looks like it's gonna be the same. I doubt a lot of the original cast is gonna return.
Probably,
but you never know. There might be some surprise announcements. So let's kick it to Rob first. Are you a How I Met Your Mother fan or a Lizzie McGuire fan?
No.
So neither.
Wait,
so this is
here. I'm gonna shake the magic 8-ball. Can I care about this project? Not likely.
Any less.
This is not.
This is news, Rob. It's not an opinion piece.
Yeah, I'm now actually taking this format and making an op-ed. No, I never watched How I Met Your Mother. It just, I think at the time that it was on, I had, my kids were really young. Time was precious. I only had a certain amount of time carved out to allow for entertainment options, and this just didn't make the cut for me. So I never saw it. Now it is on Netflix, I think, or some streaming service. I probably could catch up on it, but again, my time is limited and precious, and it's just not finding a way. So for those who are excited, good for them.
Yeah, I think this happens. There's certain sitcoms that hit, and some of us like love and like super into them, and some people it'll just fly by. Like you said, you had kids at the time, and you weren't able to catch up on these two guys down here. Yeah, you still have them. Okay, I wasn't sure if you got rid of them.
I still have them.
Like, my time is precious, and these guys got to go because I got to play some other things.
I want to watch more TV. Get lost, kid.
Pat, I assume you're gonna watch this. You're already all in. How I Met Your Mother.
I mean,
I know you're a big fan. Yeah.
I love reliving old sitcoms, right? Like, I mean, I even watched a couple episodes of The New Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey,
like on
everyone was serious.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Anyways, I don't think I'm gonna. They kind of lost me halfway through that, and it was similar to Rob. I just had other things going on. Chris, I think you probably watched all of the How I Met Your Mother seasons.
Yeah.
You gonna watch this?
This came out like right in that zone of when me and Pat were like young, like not young, but late 20s, mid 30s, like beginning of 30, like 30 years old. So kind of caught right in that sweet spot of kind of like, oh, this is like the experience of 30 somethings in New York kind of thing. So I did follow it. We won't talk about the atrocious ending to this series. One thing about this show is it wasn't the main character that drew you in. It was these quirky side characters like Marshall and especially Barney, this kind of like ladies' man with the really elaborate ways to pick up girls and things like that. So I think for this to be successful, it's got to have some good supporting characters. I don't think if Lizzie McGuire is playing the main,
Hillary Duff
is playing the main character.
Hillary Duff, I'll take this off.
Yeah, she's gonna have to play it like pretty straight laced, and I don't know if she's gonna add much to it, just like kind of like the main character. Anyways,
it also filled in. The show also filled in the gap that everybody was missing from Friends.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. So like, I don't know if this format works nowadays, like this whole sitcom format, the way they had it structured back then. Yeah. I guess we'll see. But it's something I'll check out. Yeah.
This format might be so yesterday. So
oh no, he did it, everybody.
Let's keep it. Let's do this. We're gonna incorporate some type of elaborate roulette, but we don't have that technology yet. So we'll go. Well, let's go to you, Chris. You got anything for us?
Yeah, one of the bigger news items this week is Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones joins the MCU. She signed on to
Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea,
Marvel TV show called The Secret Invasion, joining Ben Mendelsohn and Samuel L. Jackson's characters already existing. So this is going to be a TV show, right? So on MCU. I guess my question would be, what do you guys think? Are you huge Emilia Clarke fans, and what do you think this show, or what character you think she's going to play, or is this show going to of interest to you?
I loved her as Sarah Connor in Terminator Genesis.
Of course you would. It's probably the only thing you watch with her in it.
But the caveat is, I love everything Terminator, so I don't think I'm a good person to ask. Maybe Rob, you watched all of Game of Thrones, right?
I did.
That's
I'm
a
big
Rob
fan.
thing,
Yeah. Listen. So aside from the Game of Thrones, I know she was in that atrocious Terminator movie that John seems to have reverence for. She was also in a movie. Was it called Valentine's Day or Love Story or something with Henry Golding? I think
Last Christmas.
Last Christmas. Okay,
based on the hit Eminem song "Last Christmas."
All right.
Did they play the song?
Oh, she sang it.
She sang
it in the movie.
And if you, spoiler alert, but if you listen to the lyrics of that song, it is the premise of the movie.
I think it's okay to spoil it now. It's been 3 years or something.
If that's possible.
But I'm not. Listen, whatever. I don't really care. She's a decent actress for what she did in Game of Thrones. I mean, Marvel, I think, are not. I would hedge my bets that they're pretty particular and picky on who they get to be involved in their properties, and they're not going to have, like, you haven't seen Pauly Shore appear in a Marvel property, and it's probably for good reason. So, going based on how they are, and I know Olivia Colman, who is currently starring as the Queen in the TV show The Crown. She's also in Secret Invasion. So as for who she's playing, no idea. There's a lot of speculation that she could be a Skrull, much like how John, you've got that picture of a creepy Skrull looking at her drinking a soda pop, which is, that's something you don't want to see on your playground. But no idea what character, but listen, we are 4 years away from that show ever premiering on Disney Plus. So we've got a lot of time to do speculation. So sure, bring it on and let's see where it goes.
And any speculation, Pat, on who it is? Another Captain Marvel?
No idea. No
idea.
Really,
you're the expert of that particular era, Secret Invasion.
Like Marvel Space and Secret Invasion. Honestly, probably like a random Skrull or somebody who speaks British, like British English.
Okay. So
who would have thought Talos would be in the Captain Marvel movie?
Yeah.
So
right.
Fair enough. All right. Cool.
Maybe it should be the Shi'ar Queen.
The Laundra.
Yeah. And then they'll sneak in the X-Men. Who knows? We don't know. We're just throwing out random things.
No, we're saying it. John, you gave me show notes and you said tell everybody that she's
It's Queen. Never too early to speculate.
It's officially from Rob. So this is now devolved
into
rumors,
Stormborn, Queen of the Shi'ar.
Speculation. But anyways, let's kick it. So
not Amelia Earhart.
We'll start dealing with some other stuff that probably people have known about this. So the Fortnite comic book just dropped this week. Very hot for us at the shop. It does come with a digital code for online content for the game. Rob, you grabbed a copy of this and you've already put in your code. What's that process like? Because it's been wildly hot at our shop. Like, do you just scratch the code and put it in, or do you have to log onto a website?
Yeah. So what you want to do, a couple of things on this is that you want to go to Fortnite /redeem. You got to sign into your Epic Games account. You put in the code. I think it's 12-digit code. Regardless, it's super quick. And then when you log into your Fortnite game, whatever console you're playing on, this week was the Harley Quinn Rebirth skin.
Really
and it's cool. And it's really cool. And as the kids say, it's a pretty sweaty skin. Apparently that means it's wicked. But I do want to point out though,
it's going to be in the top 5 sweaty skins.
Right.
Whatever video coming up next.
Yeah, that's what you call it. If the skin, if it's cool, it's sweaty. It's very sweaty.
Don't explain to them the new lingo. Just use it, Rob. Just use it.
But here's
got an advantage over these young guys right now.
Yeah. Here's the one thing I actually really appreciate though about what this comic is doing is that it's no surprise, and we're not breaking news here. You can get comics digitally through other apps. However, if you want this code, it only has to be on the physical book. And I think that's really important. I think it drives customers to your LCSs like John and Heroes World. So if you're thinking you're going to go on a Comixology or on DC app and try to download, you'll probably enjoy the story, but you will not have access to this code. And my understanding is that there's 6 books coming out, and each book will have a code. And I think if you collect all 6, you get like a special. I think it's a Batman
armored Batman. So issue 1 is selling out very quickly. So definitely contact Heroes World if you want to get a copy, or your local shop. They are issuing a second print. It's going to be very rare. I don't think the second print window was too big. And then the third print is coming out in June. So if you've missed out on this printing and you just heard about it now, odds are you're probably going to have to jump in on the third print. So let us know. We are taking pre-orders for that third print. And I think issue 2 is going to feature like a glider DLC. So that I thought that was pretty cool. The news that I have, so I'll jump to me and then maybe
also the book looks pretty nice. Interior.
Yeah, it's really a lot of young kids, a lot of parents picking it up for the young kids. So it is a kind of shame that we're stuck in this lockdown. But I did do a whole bunch of curbside pickups for parents picking it up for their kids. And the kids look pretty excited to actually get the comic as well. So I think this is a very good tie-in. So hopefully they keep doing more.
How much it was? How much it is?
For I think it's got a $4.99 US retail SRP for issue 1, and then it does have a premium cover which bumps it up another $1 to $5.99 US SRP. But now that the first print is sold out, all bets are off, and places will be selling it for whatever. You see them on eBay for $40 to $30. So if you don't care if it's first print or not, and you just want that code and you want your kids to read the comic, sit tight and wait till June for that third printing, or if you can scoop a second printing. I will mention this Superman news. So there's going to be a brand new Superman starting in July. So Jonathan Kent is going to be taking on the mantle from his father. Rob's not a fan? Not a fan, Rob?
No, you know what? Listen, I'm all for moving stories of characters forward. I've never understood why we have to replace characters.
Superman is still around.
I know he's still around, but I guess what I look at is that there's been many of years in the last 15 years where DC has done this, and then they're like, "Oh, we're just going to reboot the whole entire universe, and these people don't exist anymore." I liked the idea of Jonathan Kent when Dan Jurgens wrote in that Superman and Lois miniseries right after the launch, right into Rebirth. But then they really accelerated his age, and so for him to now step into the shoes as the new Superman, even though Clark Kent Superman is off doing something else.
He's gonna be off in space. But I think this is good. Like, Superman has been one of those books that's always struggled. Sometimes it does well. This one is actually gonna be written by Tom Taylor, who did DC's Nightwing, Deceased, and Suicide Squad books. And they got a whole new costume design. We've got the picture on the screen here, folks. So I think it's going to be good to catch new readers, because some people aren't going to want to follow. If you watch Lois and Superman, some people don't want to see Superman and Lois's plight. They were more interested in a younger character. And I even popped in Smallville from back in the day, and I was like, oh, I actually quite like the adventures of a young Superman. But they can't do that now. They've done that so many times. So now this is their way to kind of do that, but not really do that. So it'll be interesting. So July 13th, and DC is dropping a whole bunch of other new announcements. So I think there's a new Supergirl thing going on as well. So keep your eyes out for that. And I will kind of drop quickly that the new Shang-Chi trailer dropped this week. We did a trailer reaction to it. There's different pronunciations of this that Rob made us aware of. And I think they're going with more of
which
like
is awkward. I was awkward as being like the Caucasian guy that had it. But yes.
No, I think it's more of like a pronunciation of a Chinese name. So you can say it like a regular English way, but there is probably a proper Chinese, like I think it's Shang-Chi or something like kind of like
Shang-Chi. I think that's how they're going to pronounce it in the movie.
Like a Mandarin, or mainland Chinese pronunciation of it. So definitely check that out. Trailer, they labeled it as a teaser, and there was a lot of it was decently long. So I definitely ask you to check that out. We'll spin in the roulette around again. Is there anything else that anybody had that we should cover, Pat or Chris?
Where's my
Since
song?
we're talking about relaunches, the new X-Men book announces new X-Men team coming up later this year. They're restarting number one. The team is going to be an actual X-Men team. If anybody's following X-Men, you know right now they're doing the whole Krakoa and the mutants on an island. They've decided to form a new team, and they actually had a fan vote for it. So the team is like Professor X, Jean Grey, Sunfire, Cyclops, Wolverine, but like X-23 Wolverine, Rogue, Polaris, and Sync. In case you guys care.
So why are we doing another number one? Like, this is another thing. And maybe I'm just an old man like Clint Eastwood. Get off my lawn! But like, I get tired of these reboots with these new.
Well, like Batman, get off my lawn.
Yeah, where are the drugs? But like, I get really irritated with these reboots of number ones all the time. It's like, we're not stupid. Like, you can just have legacy numbering. We can just keep going. Like, I don't get it.
But Rob, there probably will be legacy numbering on it. Like, because Marvel does that right now. They're just going to have number as like, it's going to say number one, and right under it's going to say like LGY, whatever number they're on, right?
Right.
But they needed to do a new book because as of right now, like the current X-Men series, every issue is like an individual story, and it doesn't really talk about them as like a superhero team. They're just kind of like doing their own thing on their island, right? But after X of Swords and stuff like that, they said that they needed to actually create a team. So here we are. It's an actual team.
So are you surprised that Hickman's run is ending? Now, I think he's got something special planned for the X universe in like the fall, but it's been 2 years. So are you kind of shocked that it's
no,
coming
not at all.
or do you think it's a natural progression to end it now?
I think that's typically what he does, like a 2-year run. I feel like that's his thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we're still waiting for the payoff, but that's what the fall event is, right? Because I remember talking about this before. Like even Powers of X and what was the first one called? House of X, right? It feels like they left a lot of things that haven't been resolved yet, right? So we're waiting for that payoff.
And I do know, I think I saw that Hickman's he's got an X-Men omnibus that I think has been solicited or is announced for December of 2021, I think.
Yeah, they might throw everything together in a thing. So I'm just gonna try and get that picture up. Who did you say was on? There's a couple oddballs on the team.
Yeah, so
Sync is one of them, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of a semi-obscure character from
like Gen X guy, like Sunfire, Laura Kinney, Wolverine, Rogue, Polaris. They did this entire thing where you're supposed to, they did this thing where you're supposed to like vote for the last X-Man, and like it was revealed to be Polaris.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right. Cool. Thanks, Pat, for some X-Men news. Yep. Chris, you got anything else, or was that it for you?
My thing was, where's my song? Where's my full-length song of that Shang-Chi trailer? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Jackson Wang, I think, right?
Yeah, I know, but like, I look up Jackson Wang, I get something totally different than that song in his style. So, yeah, I'm just the
song,
like they're missing out.
Thus far is unreleased. Everyone has kind of confirmed that it is his vocals on here. He's a big kind of K-pop canto star. So yeah, I'm surprised that they haven't dropped it, but sometimes they do that with these trailers. They'll have an exclusive cut or a redo version of a certain song. Like I feel like every Terminator trailer has had like a new cover of some song, and I have to like search all over for it. So another shout out to Terminator. But I remember
Doomsday. I remember when they did the Watchmen. Zack Snyder used a special cut of the Smashing Pumpkins Doomsday song that you can't get anywhere else. Like it's like I don't know if they just re-record it just specifically for that trailer, but yeah, it was crazy. You bought the album and you're like, this is not the same song. This is shit.
Yeah. So maybe they're holding it back for a big drop. So the soundtrack, maybe they'll have a whole bunch of Asian artists and things like that on there. So I'd be pretty excited if that does happen, as well as whoever else wants to contribute to that type of soundtrack. I'm looking. I do want to hear that song in its entirety. So hopefully they'll drop something soon. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention, Rob? Like Michael Keaton is confirmed as Batman. I think that might be one of the ones that you're excited about. You've always mentioned it.
Yeah, we talked about the fact that The Flash has commenced filming in the UK. This is the Ezra Miller Flashpoint, and Michael Keaton. There was some talk a couple weeks ago. We talked about this on the Sidekick Show that will Michael Keaton actually participate as Batman, because he kind of made some comments that he might not be able to squeeze it in. Well, his reps have confirmed that he was in London, started this week on Monday, and started filming on set. So that's cool. That warms my heart to no end. I can't even tell you. I'm super excited for that, and we know that Ben Affleck, I think, is on his way over as well. So it'll be interesting to see how things go. That's the new logo that was kind of unveiled by
the new logo, right?
So would this mean a multiverse, or is he going to play Batman's dad?
No, he's playing Batman. So last year during Fandom in August, the director Andy Muschietti kind of essentially revealed some information in that Barry Allen, as played by Ezra Miller, finds himself in the 89 universe. Obviously, Michael Keaton's going to be older because it just is. But it's that Batman, the Michael Keaton Batman, that helps, I guess, put him on the path of where he needs to go, and will also give him his new suit. So we're going to be getting rid of that Snyder suit, and we'll be having a new Flash suit that supposedly is going to be crafted by Michael Keaton's Batman. So.
Okay.
So any news on a George Clooney appearance?
No, get out of town.
The bat nipples are still in the closet. He's currently doing his 9th espresso commercial and will not be available to participate.
That is fair.
Chris O'Donnell cameo, I think, would be interesting. It would be an interesting cameo. I think that would be pretty cool. So I think that I think that wraps up our news portion, right? So that's kind of what we felt you missed this weekend. So it's throughout this week. So if you guys like this and you dig this, we're definitely looking for constructive criticism. So don't bash us too hard. So now. Yeah.
Constructively speaking.
Be nice about it. All right. So going into this weekend, we've got a couple things dropping this weekend. So this is another segment of this show we'd like to have in here. So we've got 3 major things that I know about. You guys can feel free to pop in whatever else. So one of them is Falcon and Winter Soldier drops today. So if you're watching this today, it's out today. Some of you guys might be watching it over the course of the weekend. And then the second thing is Mortal Kombat. So Mortal Kombat is available. If you're in the USA, HBO Max, lucky you guys. If you're over here in Canada, we can pay to rent it on demand. It's on everything, PlayStation Network, Amazon, everything, Ultra HD on Amazon, all kinds of stuff right now. And then the third thing happening is the Oscars. So I wanted to quickly ask, and if you have thoughts on the Oscars, I haven't been following it all. If you have any, who you think is going to win or what categories you're actually going to watch for it, I'm probably going to be watching. You have to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier this week. This is the conclusion of the series. If you only got to choose one thing, I think it's going to be hard to trump that. But let's kick it around the panel just in case. Even though I'm huge, I've been waiting for Mortal Kombat for so long, I think Falcon and Winter Soldier is the one thing I would have to choose. Let's go counterclockwise. Let's go with Rob first. What do you think, Rob? You're going to watch the Oscars over everything? Yeah, let's. Well, obviously you're going to probably watch. At least
I'm watching. I'm watching Falcon and Winter Soldier in the next couple of hours. Mortal Kombat is on my radar for tomorrow with my son. We're watching that, and then the Oscars. I'm not sure if it's a virtual ceremony again this year. I don't know what they're doing. To be honest with you, right? But I don't know. Are they actually going to be in the auditorium? Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I usually watch the Oscars, so I'll probably give it a go. But I actually kind of forgot.
I think I heard they're allowed to. They're going there, and they're allowed to take their masks off when they're off.
Okay.
When they're on camera, and then. But they don't have to. They're not forced to. So that's going to be interesting to see what goes down there. Sorry. Continue, Rob.
No, that was it. So yeah, I'll probably try to. I'll probably give it a go. I kind of forgot that it was on this weekend, so I need to kind of bone up on all the nominations again.
Yeah. So if you had to choose one, would it be the Falcon Winter Soldier, or is it Mortal Kombat with your son?
No. He failed and left me on during Falcon and Winter Soldier, so he can go pound sand. So if I have to pick one, gun to head, Falcon and Soldier.
Okay, so Chris Ho, what are you watching this weekend?
One thing I did look at the Oscar nominations. I don't think I've seen one of those movies other than Soul.
Not this year, right?
Yeah. How Raya the Last Dragon doesn't end up in there, which is insane to me.
Hey, is Bad Boys for Life on there? Is Bad Boys for Life on there?
Raya the Last Dragon came out after the nominations closed.
Oh, really? Okay. All right, that makes sense then. So to be obviously. I think Falcon Winter Soldier is probably going to be number one on everyone's list, but to be different, I'm going to say Mortal Kombat. The reviews are in. and it's exactly what you thought. Like really violent,
really bad,
paper thin story, but really violent. Great, kind of homage to the fans of it. So I would say Mortal Kombat then.
All right,
man,
so
$25. I don't know.
you get it for 48 hours, though, Rob. So you can squeeze it in.
You watch it as many times. Yeah, so many times.
For 48 hours. That's another chapter of Rob's things that happened on prom night. Promo for that coming soon. Pat, what are you watching this weekend?
I already saw Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I'm already done. I'm already, so I don't have to watch that. I have no interest in Mortal Kombat.
Okay, did you stay up till 3 a.m. to watch it?
No, I stay up till 4 to finish it.
Okay, Pat, here's a question: is there an after credits?
Yeah, well, mid credits, because you know how they do real credit. They do the colorful credits with all the pictures, credits, and then the actual credits are just black text. Mm-hmm. There's something in between, yes.
So there's a mid credit. Okay,
sure.
So people watch all the way to the end.
So
you want to see the people that work on the show as well.
No after
mid credit scene. Yeah, mid credit scene. Yeah. And I didn't watch any of the movies from the Oscars this year. Normally, I watch the Oscars because I complain about all the movies John and I have seen that aren't in the Oscars. But this year, there's nothing because we didn't really see very much. So I'm actually going to spend this weekend playing video games. A little bit of Fortnite, a little bit of Monster Hunter, and at the DICE Awards, Hades just won Best Game of the Year. So I'm going to play a little bit of that too.
That's a Nintendo Switch game, I think. You're right.
It's on Steam as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so shout outs to that game if you haven't checked that game out. But I think is that all we got for you today? Yeah. So
any other significant huge news you miss?
No. So definitely this is a new format we're trying out. So leave us constructive criticism in the comments and reasons for the dislikes if you dislike this. If you thought this was a lot of fun and would like to see more, definitely let us know. So thank you for tuning into so what I missed.
So tell us what you missed when we did our.
I can't believe we started this with How I Met Your Mother.
That's fine.
That's our first segment.
We started with How I Met Your Mother and ended with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. We're aiming for like kind of pop culture, geek culture. So if you have things that you want us to cover, that definitely let us know. We'd love to talk with you guys, interact with you guys, and maybe we'll start taking this live if people really enjoy it. So Heroes World Podcast, new episodes every week. The Sidekick Show is live every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week we are covering our top 5 Nicolas Cage movies. So definitely get in there, get in the chat.
I'm glad you reminded me because I thought it was Keanu Reeves movies for a second. I was like,
man, that would be great too. So on the Sidekick Show, we do all kinds of fun stuff. It's always a live show, so definitely come hop in the chat and get at us in there. A lot of fun. Rob's got some projects on the go. We're hoping to see that stuff debut in May. So you can follow him on the 905. His tag is there. And I don't know if I have to. Do I have to hit anything else?
I'm opening a box of Magic. I'm opening a box of Magic cards tonight.
So we are live streaming tonight, Magic, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pat's going to be opening some Magic cards. So if you want to fully geek out, you can watch Pat open up expensive Magic packs that are about $30 each and see if he is happy or sad after each opening. So
it's not just me. It's me and my buddy Ryan. We're doing it.
It's kind of geeky gambling if you want to call it. So thank you very much, folks. We see you on the next one. If you guys dig this, if you absolutely hated it, then it's going to be stripped off of YouTube on the ASAP. Thank you, Rob, and everybody for joining us. Rob, Pat, Chris, thank you guys all for doing this, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Cool.